Good morning, KU. I'm Ben Allen alongside Josh Kurlak.
And in case any of you were worried today is a very special holiday which is very near and dear to, I know, all of our hearts. Today is Johnny Appleseed Day.
Johnny walked across the USA planting apple seeds and apples for all the little boys and girls all across the US. You're welcome, KU. If you have noticed today, Josh is beside here with me today. Josh is the play-by-play guy for the women's soccer team. And Josh, how is that season going for them so far?
Well, they're doing pretty well so far. They have a above 500 record at 5-4-1, and they're coming off a big weekend last weekend as they defeated two quality opponents in South Dakota State and Illinois State here at home on Sunday. Also this Friday, they will be traveling to Santa Clara, California, where they'll be taking on the Santa Clara Broncos, team out of the West Coast Conference. And it's an important matchup for KU because that's their first time that they will have faced a team ranked in the top 25. So it'll be interesting to see how the girls and head coach Mark Francis respond to that challenge.
How do you think they're going to do this weekend?
Well, I'm very optimistic. I think they played some of their best soccer this weekend. I'm not going to give a prediction, obviously, because I do the play-by-play for them, but I hope that they come out with a victory.
Well, that's always a good thing to go into that with a little bit of hope there. One problem that that you suffer at many sporting events, like soccer games, I'm sure, is you're having some issues with your wireless. You're sitting in Memorial Stadium, and all of a sudden everything just craps on your phone. You can't use the internet, can't call anyone, can't text anyone, can't find that person you're looking for. But they're trying to fix that right now, KU, aren't they?
Right. AT&T is coming out with a distributed antenna service, which will be installing antennas all around the campus of KU, and especially, as you mentioned, Memorial Stadium and Allen Fieldhouse. So hopefully you all will be able to tweet, text, call while you're at a game. Yeah,
that's always a good thing. And everyone always looks up at the Ori ad and say, oh, it's just a giant antenna tower. Well, there's going to be a few more added onto that one. And the project's going to be finished when's it going to be finished?
It'll be finished in 2015. There'll be 3 phases, and the first phase is set to start this spring. Unfortunately, for all you non-AT&T users, you will not be able to access the network until it's completed in 2015.
Well, I guess I'll be one of those people waiting for that then.
Right.
So obviously, just following up with some technology news, there's a big breaking story right now coming out all across the U.S. right now, and we are one step closer to the bionic man. There is a new development in the prosthetic leg, and there, as you may or may not know, when you have a prosthetic leg, obviously there's no muscle there. Right. But when you have that gone, there is still nerve tissue there. And with the nerves, they are able to receive waves, still shock waves, all that kind of stuff. And with this new prosthetic leg that they are designing, it basically, you can control your leg just like a normal leg.
Right.
I mean, that's something that is, for somebody who's lost their leg, especially a war veteran or something like that, that's such a huge, development. What do you think about that?
I think it's a big groundbreaking introduction to what could possibly come later on, and I think it's also good for people who have lost a limb in battle, and now they still have an opportunity to contribute to their country's effort overseas.
Yeah, and I think it's just paying back those that have done so much work for our country. You look at these guys, and they're going out there, and they're risking their lives so we can be free, essentially. And it would be wonderful to think that we can give them back something simple as just being able to walk. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But when we return, Brett Ivy will be on with a very special guest you won't want to miss. We'll be right back.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Misrepresent the facts? Are you kidding? Your proposal is ridiculous.
You have no right to call anyone.
You are the worst example of politics.
I stand for something.
Flip-flop.
I stand for something.
Flip-flopper, flip-flopper.
Your proposal is ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
That's the power of one.
I motion that I be issued the timeout, and
Wow, me too.
yeah, for sure, you should get a timeout.
I apologize.
And I motion that I start showing more respect.
Civility. Pass it on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today with me we have Ginny McKee with Student Health Services. Ginny, how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for asking. All right, Ginny, so you guys are set up in the union today, Student Health Services is. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Student Health Services is currently partnering with Douglas County AIDS Project, or DCAP. Every month this semester and hopefully next, we will be providing free HIV testing for anyone who would like to utilize that service.
That's great. So any student can just come up and get information about that today over at the Union?
Absolutely. We'll be tabling out on Jayhawk Walk from 10 to 3 today. And if a student decides they would like to partake in the testing, we'll take them to a confidential area where they'll actually be doing what we call a rapid test. It's a quick finger prick, and within 15 minutes, you'll have your results.
That's great. That's awesome. And now, it just anybody can go and get their test if they want to, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. Yeah. So someone, even if they may not think they're at risk of HIV, it'd probably be a good idea to go get that test.
We encourage everyone who has or has not been sexually active to go ahead and get a baseline test. That way you know for sure. Anytime you enter into a relationship with another person, it's great to be able to say, I've been tested and I'm clean, and you can go forward with your new partner.
That's definitely a great thing to think about. I mean, just being sure we're all safe out there is something that's really, really great to look at.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, kind of moving forward, it's starting to become fall. It's starting to get a little bit different, kind of different air out there. It's starting to become a little bit like cold and flu season.
For sure.
Yeah. What do students need to do in order to prevent getting sick in this time of year?
It's so simple, but the number one best way to prevent any kind of illness, especially the cold and flu, is washing your hands. And it seems like something that everyone should know how to do, but surprisingly, very few people wash their hands as much as they need to. Just some quick hand washing etiquette. Use lukewarm water, not hot, not cold. The more comfortable the water temp, the longer you'll be washing. Use a generous amount of soap. Scrub hands, lather up for approximately 2 minutes, and then go ahead and dry off with a paper towel. Make sure that when you exit wherever you're washing your hands, you're not touching anything else, and that will keep you just about as healthy as possible. Getting enough sleep, which I know a lot of college students struggle with, as well as getting plenty of fruits and vegetables, are other really great things to do.
I know sleep is something that I'll need to make sure I'm doing.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah.
Student Health Services is also providing many flu clinics throughout this season. So check on our website and check the UDK for those listings of when our flu clinics will be available.
That's great. And I know myself, I'll probably have to hit up those areas sometime soon just to keep myself healthy, most definitely. Now, what other events will Student Health Services be looking to do in the upcoming weeks?
Absolutely. We've kicked off our Beak Healthy campaign. There was an article in the UDK about that today, so everyone check that out. But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this semester, we will be offering 3 different events. On Mondays, we'll be donating acts of kindness to people, so be on the lookout for us. We'll be giving something for you to stay healthy or positive with. Wednesdays, we'll be offering Wellness Wednesdays, so we might be passing out first aid kits, information about flu clinics, etc. And then every Friday, we'll be doing our Condom Sense Fridays, where we will be going around to different locations passing out what we call our safer sex kits, which include 2 condoms and instructions how to use it.
That's awesome. That's really great. Something I think all college students need to look out for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Jenny. When we return, Caitlin will be right back with the news. Stay tuned.
If I had a superpower, what would it be? The ability to make things levitate. The ability to read other people's minds. To be able to hold my breath underwater for a long time.
I would talk to the animals. I could turn water into snow.
Or you could just give blood.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Apple is offering fans of the TV show Breaking Bad a refund. Viewers of the popular show who purchased Season 5 on iTunes were disappointed when they were unable to view the final few episodes. iTunes apologized for the confusion and issued a credit to all buyers of Season 5. The series finale airs Sunday night. Timothy Egan, author of KU's common book, The Worst Hard Time, is presenting a keynote address tonight in the Lead Center. Tickets are not required for the 7:30 p.m. lecture. The Pulitzer Prize-winning author will be available for book signings after the show. A coffee and conversation will be held with Egan tomorrow morning from 9 to 10 in Spooner Hall. Questions for the author can be sent via Twitter using the hashtag KUCommentBook. Former President George H.W. Bush served as an official witness to a same-sex wedding last weekend in Maine. Bush and his wife Barbara were present to support their longtime friends and not as official representatives. Same-sex marriage became legal in Maine last December. That's it for the news today. We're going to take one more short break, and then Ben will be back for a final football highlight.
Now they're beating us on the boards out there, guys. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson. Hello? Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart. Hey, it's my girl. You know, my daughter.
Love. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Well, welcome back, KU. We're going to leave you on one final thought here today, or one more relishing moment of this past weekend's game of University of Kansas versus Louisiana Tech. Our own Farzine Vasugian and radio host himself is going to break down a little bit of what happened this weekend. Have a great day, and here's Farzine.
As KU begins to rally in the fourth quarter, Jay Keeps finds tight end Jimmy Mundine. Mundine gets help on a block from Christian Matthews and fights off two defenders before stepping into the end zone. Let's watch one more time as Mundine performs a spin move in front of Ardarius Barnes. Now, it appears Xavier Woods will bring down Mundine, but Mundine uses the right side of his body to stay balanced as Woods misses the tackle, allowing Mundine to find the promised land. With less than 2 minutes, keep a close eye on number 55, Michael Reynolds, the Buck linebacker, who makes a big play to give KU new life in the game. On 2nd and 6 at the KU 18, Higgins hands it off to Kenneth Dixon, who pushes forward while Reynolds tries to stay with him. But this moment right here is the last time Dixon had possession of the football. Reynolds pops the ball loose, allowing KU to fall on it. That eventually led to this 52-yard game-winning field goal by Matthew Wyman, who lifted the Jayhawks to a victory as they snap a 22-game losing streak against FBS opponents. The Jayhawks are 2-1 heading into the bye week and will face Texas Tech next Saturday, October 5th at 11 a.m. for homecoming.